say goodbye, no.
Hello everybody, welcome back to World of Tanks. Today, I've got another replay for you, and I'm playing in my 268 in PC, and my mistakes cost an ace, and that is true with pretty much that's true with anything. Whether if you miss a shot, bounce a shot, whatever it may be. One mistake, many mistakes, it doesn't matter. Even just one can lead to not just defeat, but also, I missed like 3 or 4 good shots, and I could have had 6K, 7K damage, but I end up with 5K with some assistance. But right off the bat, I always go into this position. I always go here, and this is why, is because everyone in the mediums decide just to push. Look at that, just love this shot. I do get shot in return, but it's a fair trade, so I'm not going to complain about it. This tank in PC I feel is a lot better than it is in Blitz. It also looks a lot cooler, as far as like just the stuff on the back of the turret and the gun on top. You don't have that in Blitz. And this E100 is going to make the mistake and showing me his weak points most of the battle. And that's actually where I farm that. I pretty much kill him from full HP to nothing. So he was pretty much a free 2,700 damage. I do get shot by him once, but it's within a high explosive round. And other than that, he really just kind of just sits there. I'm not sure what he was trying to do, but thank you for that free damage. This 703 I pretty much kill as well, and yeah, he wasn't happy after that shot. But the maneuverability on this tank is alright. The speed is alright, as you guys can see there when I went down that hill. That's when this tank really shines as far as maneuverability goes. But the pen on this gun is awesome. The base pen for AP, I think it's 250 or something like that. There's one of my mistakes. First mistake of the game was not fully aiming that shot. I get a bit greedy and get a bit impatient. I tend just to fire a lot of the time. But the gold pen on this is good. It's 340, so you're pretty much gonna pen everything with gold. It is expensive though, very expensive. And I shoot the E100 there in the cheek, and it doesn't pen with AP. So I'm gonna have to switch to gold, which is what I do. And that's when I took the shot from the E100. Luckily, it only did a few hundred damage. It didn't do. He wasn't able to pen me. But yeah, the best part about this tank is probably the gun. You can get some bounces because of the pike nose on the front, but definitely don't ever depend on it. I don't ever depend on it. Sometimes you do wiggle and you can get some lovely bounces, but there was a lovely shot there into the E100. And you can bounce, but if you angle it, you have to do it correctly. Otherwise, you're not going to bounce. You're just going to get ripped apart. And the key trick with every pike nose is that you never turn side to side. Is that you always go front. If you're going to turn a little bit, just make sure it's barely, and make sure that you're driving back and forth and not wiggling side to side, because that's when the pike nose works best, is when you don't wiggle side to side. And that's with any pike nose. The IS-3, for example, the IS-3 too, tanks like that, that's the best way to play pike noses if you're going to try to bounce shots. But I definitely, like I said, I definitely would not depend on bouncing shots in these things. And this E100, again, I don't know what he's doing, but thank you for that kill, buddy. Thank you for that free damage. I appreciate it. I don't know if it's necessarily free, because I've lost half of my HP. He shot me once with HE, and then that Progetto shot me once. So I don't know if it was worth it. I probably shouldn't have poked quite that far at the beginning with the Progetto. But I did want to get that shot, so I think I could have been a little bit more wise there, but in the end, I learned that's all that matters. And a lovely snapshot there into the 703. And yeah, this is where I decide to be aggressive, and I make some big mistakes here when I come around this corner. I'm lucky just now that IS-7 didn't hit me. Otherwise, I would have been dead a lot sooner. And there's a T-30 in front of me as well, and I get very unlucky. It's not RNG, but it's just my clumsiness again. And look at that. I completely forgot about the IS-7. This is another mistake I should have made. I shouldn't have stayed out here in the open, because if that T-30 was loaded, he would have killed me. And I'm so lucky he did not push me. Luckily, that IS-7 misses again. So I am able to save a little bit of HP, but I should have immediately backed up, and I should have waited for that T-30 to come out. I shouldn't have pushed him at all, and I get punished because of it. That cost me the ace. That's part of it, is that save as much HP as you possibly can, because you never know when you're going to need it. Don't take unnecessary hits. If you're gonna have to, you're gonna have to trade. You're gonna have to make decisions. Okay, especially it's better to do that if you're in an autoloader. If you have a full clip and there's someone that's half health and you can kill him, and you're only gonna lose like 500 hit points, if that, absolutely go for it, because it's gonna be worth it in the end. Because the faster you can take out an enemy tank, and the faster that you're able to get the damage and take away another threat on the enemy team. Very lucky bounce there from the T-30. Very lucky bounce. The better that you're going to be, and the easier and the more you're going to win battles. It's not all about getting damage all the time, but it's important that you use it wisely. And very poor aiming on my part. I don't know where that shot went. Another lucky bounce there. Very lucky bounce. And yeah, I easily could out DPM him, but by the time he's loaded, I'm not going to be able to load a second time. Very unfortunate bounce there. I think he was using, yep, there it is. Oh, he was just using standard AP, it looks like. So he does get me, but my E75 does avenge me. I wish that my E75 would have been a little bit more helpful there with the IS-7. But I'm not going to complain too much, but but I'm just looking around here, just seeing what my allies are doing, and I was very frustrated at this point. I'm like, okay, we did win the battle, so I'm not going to complain too much about it, but that's the replay. But yeah, guys, here's the battle results. We get a first class and some other medals I'm not aware of. We do get a spotter medal, which is what that green one is, and then we do get I believe that's I know that other one's a high caliber, but I can't remember what the other two are at the top of my head. But we do make some stuff, so I'm happy about that. Very pleased with the results. 5,132 damage. I'll take it. Thanks to that E100. And that 703, which I pretty much killed both of them full health by myself. Lovely assistance there off of that IS-7. When he was on that hill, my allies pushed him on the flank there, if you guys saw that. Which is why I got so much assistance. I was able to block, what does that say? Almost 3,000, 2.5K damage. Which is just crazy. I don't remember blocking that. That's weird, but interesting. Yeah, I would make a decent profit, almost 40K experience. I'm not worried about in tier 10. We do make 7 bonds as well, which is partly what I was doing when I was grinding. Was I was making bonds, and as you can see, I've got 8 tier 10s, but bonds is something that you can use. It's kind of like an extra thing. You can buy premium vehicles, you can buy premium equipment, which adds like huge bonus, like a 15%. If you pay like 9 million credits to upgrade the bond equipment, you can get it to like 20%. Like if a gun rammer reduces 10% of your reload, right? And or maybe not that much, but the bond one would do it by at least 15 to 20%, which is huge. But so that's what I was doing, was I was trying to grind bonds. And if I hadn't missed those 3 or 4 shots, I would have had almost 7,000 damage, 6.5k, or yeah, roughly 6.5k to 7k, and I probably would have aced it. But unfortunate on my part. But hey, we do get only 912 experience, or base experience, which is probably why I didn't ace it. If I had gone maybe over 1k or 1100, I definitely would have aced it. But our Scorpion did good, and so did our E100. Congrats to them. Well done there with damage, but they both beat me in base XP, unfortunately. But unfortunately, our tier 8s didn't do that well because it's a tier 10 match. But hey, the tier 8s got some bonds, though, if they got top in damage. So that T30 gets some. So pretty much all these, except I think it's the last 3 or 5 that don't get it, something like that. I think it's the last 5, or no, the last 3. If you lose the last 3, then you don't get any bonds at all. But it's 3, 5, and 7. That's the basic way I'm going to put it. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think. I'm definitely getting better slowly from as far as just being able to do higher damage. I think the highest damage I've ever done was 6k, and that was in the T95. But for tier 10, this was definitely one of my better tier 10 games. I haven't gotten this much damage in tier 10. I've been close in the E5, where I've gotten, I think, what was it? It was like 4.8k or something. It was close, but the E3 is awesome. I hope that one day I can get a first class, or even like get like 5,000 or 6,000 damage, which isn't a whole lot, to be honest. It's only half of what like really, really good games are considered, or at least for tier 10 is like, what's the minimum? I think you need at least 8k in order for it to be qualified enough to be a good replay, and a lot of people get 11k, so they get a few thousand damage more than what's needed, which is insane. But I'm not that good of a player yet. I hope I do be one day, but I'm learning. And I'm learning from my mistakes. I know what I shouldn't have done, and that's what counts, right? But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I'll catch you all later.